Hey guys, how you doing? This is Omar Serna and welcome back to FID by Omar. And this is AutoCAD tutorial 103. Hopefully you have been following the other tutorials and eventually you're gonna become a great drafter designer, and a lot of people are gonna want to hire you because you learn all these methods. All right, so today's tutorial we are going to be looking at some more commands, and today we're gonna be looking at your hatch, move, rotate, copy, mirror, and fillet. All right. So let's just jump into it. So let's go to your draw command, and here on your draw command, you're gonna see hatch, right? So what is hatch? Hatch is whenever you have like let's say you do an exterior elevation and you wanna put a brick on it, and you want it to look like brick on the outside. Well, there's some hatches for that. You don't have to draw all those little lines. Or let's say like you're cutting something, and on the drawing you just want to show it like a bunch of horizontal lines or vertical or 45. So you use this command for that. Let me show you how to do that. Well, first of all, you have to have something drawn in there. So let's go ahead and pick rectangle and click on it. Let's just make a rectangle, whatever size. Then you go back to your draw. You put hatch, and then it's gonna give you an option. Don't click on it yet. I'm just gonna first just put your cursor right there next to it, and it's gonna give you an option. It says pick an internal point, and you can say yeah, or you don't have to say. You just click on it, and it automatically hatches. You know. Now let's say you wanted to change that hatch. You don't like that one. You want something else. Then you put HE for hatch edit, which enter. Then you click on the hatch. So select the hatch. Then it's gonna bring you to this hatch Minibar, and here you have the type of hatch, which is this one, or you should define, or custom. Custom is like hatch that you might download from the internet, or you might make in your own. And you should let's stay with the first one for now. On this one, on predefined, you can select on pattern, and if you click on these three little dots right there, it gives you different patterns. Let's say right now we have this one. Let's say we want this one, or let's change it. Let's say we want this one right here. All you need to do is click on it, put OK, and OK again, and it changes. Now let's say you want that hatch to be bigger. You see how those lines are very small, or those diamonds are very small. All you need to do, go back, HE for hatch edit, enter, select it, and you see how in here it says scale. You can just make it bigger. For now, let's just put 20 on the scale, and then you put OK, and that's gonna make it bigger. All right, so so let's go back to hatch edit, HE, enter. You select it, and let's go back to the patterns and change that to something else. Let's check the other tab so you know what's there. So let's go to ISO. It's just another type of hatch. Other, and let's say let's say here we wanna click on the brick here, so you can see how it looks. And on the scale, let's change it back to 1 to see if that's not too small. See, in this case, this brick is way too big, or this box that we did here is too small for that hatch. So let's go HE for edit. Let's click on the hatch inside and let's put the scale way smaller. Let's put just 0.25. Okay, and it starts looking better on our drawing. Now you see how the brick started like it didn't start like a full brick right here on the bottom. Let's say for some reason you want this, like you want a full brick to start right in this corner, you know, start laying out the brick up like that. Let's and I mean, if you can't move it because it's just gonna bring it down. So all you need to do is go back to hatch edit, you click on it, and then right here where it says specify origin, then you can, okay, let's go here where it says default to boundary extents. Click on that one, and then right here, if you want it on the bottom left or bottom right, let's do it on the bottom right. And then if you want to keep that as a default, if you want to put like a hatch and it's always, you want that always to start from there, then you can click it and put OK and see how it changes. Now the hatch starts from this corner, from that corner. It starts up, and that's gonna help you whenever you're doing exterior elevations. That's gonna help you a lot on that. Okay. So now let's go back to hatch edit. Click on the hatch, and let's go back to the patterns, and let's choose. Let's go back to the ANSI. Let's choose the first one we had. Okay, but let's put a bigger scale. Let's put 10, like that. Okay, so you see how these lines are horizontal? I mean, not horizontal, they're on a 45, on an angle. Let's say you want these lines to be horizontal. All you need to do, go back to hatch edit, click on it, and since this hatch was designed as 45, then on your angle you're gonna have to put 45, and well, it's gonna bring it to vertical. But let's go back to hatch edit. Another way to do it also is if you go to your, let me see, okay, if on the type you choose user define, okay, then on the user define you're not able to click on the pattern. On the user define, it's only lines if you wanted lines. Now in this case we have a 45 here. Let's put 0 and you're gonna see what happens there. They become horizontal. Hatch edit again. If you want it to be vertical, now they're gonna put 90 and they're gonna be vertical. All right, now let's put hatch edit again. Now let's say you want those lines to be a certain dimension apart. So like right now those lines are spacing, like right now I have set up as decimal, so later on we'll change it to architecture, but in this case the lines are spaced out 1.00 decimal apart. So let's say you want it to be two decimals apart. All you need to put a 2 there, and they become, you know, they start spacing 2.0 decimals apart. Hatch edit again. Let's say that you want those lines to be like right now we have only vertical. Let's say you want vertical and horizontal to create more like a tile hatch. Well, all you need to do is put double and see what happens. It starts, it makes it double. Go back to hatch edit again. Another thing that you can do is let's say you want the hatch to be lighter. Well, let's choose another hatch first. Let's go back to the predefined, and let's go back to these 3 little dots. Let's go to the ISO. No, let's go to the other predefined, and let's choose solid. So right now let's choose solid. Okay, and it's gonna be just solid. Now hatch edit again, and let's say you have something drawn in the back, and since this drawing is just like it's super dark, it just overpowers everything. Then what you can do, you can do move the transparency on that hatch, and it's just, you see how it just made it a little bit clear or whatever. All right, let's go back to hatch edit again. Click on it. You always want to have it on 0 here, unless you want it to be transparent. Now let's say that okay, let's just put okay here. Let's say you already have that hatch there, and let's make a circle over here, and just really doesn't matter what figure you draw. I'm just doing it just so you can show you the hatch command. So let's say you already have this hatch right there, and you want this hatch to be over here too, but you don't know what scale do they have it. You don't know what's the name of the hatch, and you can find out just by hatch edit. You can look for it every single thing, what scale and everything. But let's say you don't want to do none of that, and just you want to do it the fastest way. All you have to do is put hatch, which is H, enter. Okay, I think I forgot to tell you. And the pull down menu is here, right? So you can click on hatch right there. Boom. And it gives you the hatch command. Escape. Let's put escape. The shortcut for that is put H, enter. It's the same thing. Okay. Now, let's say that you want that you want this same hatch, and you just open that drawing and you don't know what hatch it is. So all you need to do is either go to your draw command and put hatch, or put escape, put H, enter, and then go to this options, and next to the option, in the options pull down menu, you're gonna see this says match properties. So just click on that match properties, and then come to this one, highlight it or click on it, and then it automatically gonna give you that same hatch. Then you click on this other one, enter, and voila, is there. You see? Now let's say that let's say I'm gonna, like right now, remember you have the hatch here, and you have the line or the rectangle there too. Let's say for some reason you had this square. I'm just gonna stretch it, but let's say for some reason you have this square longer, or you're working on it, and for some reason this had to be longer, and your hatch is there. And without hatching it again and making double hatch inside this square, all you need to do is just click on the hatch and just stretch it. You see? And remember, like if you follow the other videos that I did, you are going to have your your object snaps already on all these ones, and I already show you how to do all of this. It's necessary for you to always have this object snaps. Why? Because that way you can, whenever you're dragging or drawing something, it automatically gonna click, or it's just gonna snap into whatever you want, in the center, the corner, or whatever. Let's put U for undo. Let's say you just want to stretch the hatch from a corner, you can. And because you have your object snaps, then you have that corner right there. You see? Now let's say, let me stretch this one all the way over here too. Let's say that for some reason, when you're drawing, you want to trim this part off, and we learned how to trim on the other videos. So I'm gonna draw a line that crosses this object that we did right there, or this rectangle that we did right there. Let's say we want to trim this part off. You can also trim hatch. So all you need to put is TR for trim, and highlight everything and trim the hatch. You see? All right, let's put U enter for undo. All right, so that's your hatch command. Now, let's go put hatch edit, enter. Inside your hatch command, there's another type of hatch that is called gradient. So on this one, it gives you the opportunity of having two colors on your hatch. And sometimes I use this one a lot whenever I'm kind of drawing like kind of a wall that is arched, and you wanna kind of draw it that you want the wall to look like if it's arched. Then you can use this you can use this you can use this hatch gradient, and it's gonna give you like that effect of its, you know, its hatch is going on around, like for example, let's try this one, so you can see, and you can play with the colors here. All you need to do is just click on it and play with the colors. In this case, I'm gonna do that. I mean, you can choose any colors or whatever you want. But I'm just gonna click on this one, put OK, and you see how now it looks kind of like if it's like a cylinder, but it's not. It's just a hatch. So let's put hatch edit, enter, and then let's try another one so you can see. You have two different hatches there. Look, let's do this one, hatch edit, enter, click on that hatch, and let's change that to gradient, and let's choose this one. And you see, it's just a hatch that makes it blend in together. Right, so that's your hatch command. Now let's go to your move command. All right, so let's say for some reason you want to move this over here. So there's two ways of doing it. You can go to your modify and choose the move command. From there, you click on whatever you want to move. You once you already clicked on everything, you right click for enter, and then you can specify from where you want to move it. Let's say you want to move it from the center. Let's say you want to move it from the corners, or from the quadrants. In this case, I'm gonna move it from the bottom quadrant. And once again, it's very important that you have your object snaps on, because it's gonna make your life easier. You don't have to guess where's the quadrant. So I'm gonna move it. I'm just gonna put it right here. That's your, and you see how this, in this, it seems like there's a lot here, but it's not. It's just the AutoCAD I guess that the graphics of the AutoCAD. So all you need to put is RE for regenerate, regen, enter, and just disappears, right? So that's one way of moving. Let's put U enter for undo. Oops, U enter for undo. And let's so you can modify move, or the shortcut for that is M enter. Remember, you're always gonna have your left hand on your keyboard and your right hand on the mouse, right? So M enter is the same thing as this modify move. So you can click on the things that you want to move, right? Once you already know what is it that you want to move, you right click, you get it from the point that you want it to move, and then you just move it, right? I'm gonna put U enter again for undo. Let's do it one more time. M enter. Now in this case, I'm gonna do a window, because you can also do a window for move. And I do recommend for you to do a window whenever you're moving, instead of clicking each line by line. It just makes it easier. Because in this case, for example, if I want to move it again, M enter, if I click, I have to do 2 clicks, one for the line that it's outside and one for the hatch, and then I can move it, right? Undo. But if I do M enter window, and if I do just a window, it's just gonna get everything, you see? So it's just easier and faster. So that's your move command, and it doesn't matter where they are. All you need to do is get it and move it. Later on, we're gonna start moving it and drawing with the actual dimensions, so you can start drawing something. But this is very simple, typical, very simple tutorial, just so you know how to use your move and your hatch command. Now let's do a rotate command. Now let's say you have this line like this. Just draw a horizontal line anywhere. If you don't have it, just draw it there. And let's say for some reason you want to rotate this vertical. You might say, well, I can draw a vertical line. Yeah, you can, but it's good to know your rotate command, because there's a lot of things you're gonna have. You might have a block that you need to rotate. You might have a symbol you need to rotate. All right, so in this case, we're just rotating a line, right? So yeah, it's probably easier just to do a line, but a vertical line, draw a vertical line. But I'm just teaching you the rotate command so you can know how to rotate stuff. All right, so we're gonna rotate this line vertically. All you need to do is go to your modify, go to your rotate, which is right next to the move. You click on it, and then it's gonna tell you select the object. You select the object. Once you already selected whatever object you want to rotate, you right click for enter, and then it's going to tell you specify the base point. Now the base point is where you want it to rotate from. So I'm not going to click on it yet. So let's say you wanted to rotate from this point, from the end point, then you click on it. Let's say you want to rotate it from the center, then you click on that. So in this case, I want to rotate it from the end point. So I click on that, and then it starts rotating. And remember, on the other lessons, I taught you how to set up this polar snap, and which it just makes your life easier, because it just snaps to the every 45 degrees. So in this case, it's 90, 45, and then 0, and so on. So it's in every 45, it just snaps to it. So in this case, I want to do it vertically, so it just snaps to that. Okay, so let's do that again. So modify, rotate, you click on it. You can click on it, or you just drag, just do a window and right click and then it's going to tell you where do you want to rotate it. Now in this case, now I want to rotate it from the center, so you can see the difference. I click on the center, on the midpoint, and you see how it starts rotating from that point. So I'm just going to put it at 45. That's your rotate command. So it's very easy. It's the same thing with this. Let's say we want to rotate the whole thing. Now remember, we have a hatch and we have a line around that hatch. So make sure you, okay, I think I forgot to tell you, the rotate, you can get it from here like we said, but the what do you call it, the shortcut command is RO enter is the shortcut. And remember, shortcut commands are gonna make it faster when you're drafting, when you're going 100 miles an hour. So you highlight everything because you want everything to rotate. Then you right click for enter, and then you specify where you want to rotate it. In this case, I want to get it from this corner, and I'm just gonna rotate it horizontal like that. You see? Let's put U enter for undo. What happens if I put RO enter for rotate and I just click on the outside line? Well, then only the outside is gonna rotate, not the hatch. U enter for undo. All right. So that's your rotate command. Very simple, very straightforward, not too complicated. Okay, now another let's put RO for rotate. Let's highlight this one. Let's rotate it from the corner and let's make it horizontal back again. So on the rotate, you can also give them a degree that you want to rotate. So in this case, let's say I want this line to be at 45. Now I can do it like the way I did it before, where I have my polar tracking already set to 45, so it's just gonna snap at 45. But let's say you have it, let's say you don't have it, or let's say that you want this line to be at 30 degrees and you don't have it set up at 30. Like I don't, I just have it at 45, so I don't have it at 30. So how are you gonna rotate this at 30? Well, you can use your rotate command, RO for rotate, enter. You select the object, you right click, you specify where you want it to rotate. In this case, I wanted to rotate from there. And then before you start moving it, and remember, I don't have it set up for 45, but I want it to be at 30, so it's somewhere around there. So before I, you know, it's just on that command with before I say okay, I can just put the angle that I want it to be rotate. So in this case, I can put 30, and it's just gonna rotate it. Well, it rotated down. So let's put U enter. Let's put RO for rotate, select the object, right click, specify the point. Now you see that little arrow on top of the cursor, that's telling you how it's gonna rotate it. So that's why when I put the 30, it rotated it down. Now let's say you want to make sure it rotates the other way, the opposite way. Well, all you need to do is put -30, and it does it. You see? So rotate is very useful command because you might have to rotate a certain angle. So that's your 30-degree angle. Okay. Now let's go to the copy command. So let's say that you want to copy this without drawing it again and getting the actual size and going back to the hatch and matching all the hatch properties and everything. All you want another circle with everything the same way. That's a very simple thing to do. Then under your move command, you have your copy. You click on it, then select the object, you highlight everything if you want everything, right click, and then specify base point, then the point where you want to copy it from. It's gonna copy everything. It's just telling you where do you want to get it from. So another one, for this one, I'm just gonna get it from the center. I click on that, and then I can move it, and then I can put it anywhere. So right now I'm just rotating it anywhere, right? Or moving it anywhere. So let's say I want it over here, then I stop my cursor and then I click on the left button, and it just snaps it in there. And you see right there. Now I know okay, there. So it just clicks on wherever you want them. So let's do it with a line, so there's not too much of because for some reason the hatch is just the graphics of the AutoCAD, it just messes it up whenever you move in the hatch. So let's do it on let's go to copy. Let's do it with this line, which doesn't have too much graphic. All you need to do is click on it, right click, and then get it from a point, whatever point you want. Let's say you got it from there, it's fine. Then you just click and move it, put it wherever you want, you know. Okay, so the shortcut for copy is CP enter, and it's the same thing. Okay, just start clicking whenever you want it. Escape is your other command to get out of any command you might be in. So escape, always hit it whenever you want to clear the command. So that's your copy command. Very simple. Let's do it again. CP for copy. You enter, you highlight the object, you right click, and then specify from where you want to get it. If you want to get it from this point, it's fine. If you want to get it from this point, it's fine. Or if you just want to get it from any point on, it's fine. You just click on there and then just start moving it, and click wherever you want it. Escape to finish, and RE to regen. And just because the hatch, remember the hatch is too heavy for the AutoCAD. You know your zoom commands already, and your pan. If you click on your scroller, you click on it, you press on it, it gives you a pan, so you can move the screen around. Okay, so let's go to your mirror command. On the mirror command, you go to modify, next to copy, you have a mirror right there. You click on it. What's a mirror command? So a mirror command is just gonna make this. It's like just imagine yourself standing in a mirror. You know, it's the opposite of you, or the opposite of you. In this case, you might not be able to see it because the hatch is. All right, let's put escape. Before we do that, let's go ahead and draw. Go to L, enter. Let's just draw something like. Okay, undo. Let's use our P line command, since you already know how to do that. PL, enter, and do whatever figure you want. Doesn't matter. Just whatever you want. Just make a little thing like that. Okay. P line. All lines are together. Now let's go your mirror command. Put mirror, and specify. Select the object. Then you select the object that you want. Right click whenever you already selected the object, just to tell them, yeah, this is all I want to do. Okay. Right click, and then it's gonna tell you specify the point from where you want to mirror it. So in this case, let's just click like don't click close to the line so you can see the difference. Just click outside, like somewhere there, and then click on there, and then you see how it just mirrors the image. And then if you rotate it like that, it just goes around it, like it just mirrors it around it. So but it's mirror. So in this case, let's just go ahead and make it vertical, so it just mirrors it to the opposite side. You click, you left click to enter, and then there's another option. It's going to ask you erase source object, yes or no. What is this? So you see how the original drawing we did, or the original shape we did, is selected or hidden. So it's asking you, do you want to delete that one or you want to keep it? If you put no, then it's just gonna keep it, right? So let's do it again so you can see. You enter for undo. Let's go back to the modify windows. You highlight it, you say yes, that's it, right click, and then you specify the point anywhere right there, and let's mirror it again. Click on it, and then let's say yes. So if you put yes, it's gonna erase it. You see? So that's your erase command. I mean, I'm sorry, your mirror command. Well, yeah, erase too, but mirror command. U for undo. So that's your mirror. And you can mirror anything that you might want, and you can select as much things as you want. If you want to mirror everything, you can mirror everything. And the same thing for all the commands. If you want to rotate all of them at the same time, you can rotate all of them. If you want to move all of them at the same time, you can do that. If you want to copy all of them at the same time, you can do that. All right, so you don't have to be doing each one by one. If in case you want to do everything at this like exactly the same, you can just do it. Okay, so let's do a fillet command. What's a fillet? A fillet is gonna help you a lot whenever you're doing walls, because you can use all your lines. You can start just putting lines here and there, and then just trim stuff around, and then on the corners you just fillet it. So what's a fillet? Let's just put a L for line. Let's draw a line like this vertical, and let's draw another line horizontal but far away, or not far away, but just leave a gap in between it. So the fillet command is just gonna join these two in a where meets. Is just gonna make it a sharp edge right there. So well, let's try it so you see what happens. So go to modify, you go to fillet right there, fillet, click on it, and then it's gonna ask you, before you highlight anything, it's asking you select the first object. You want the first object, this one, and then select the second object, select this one, and it's just close. It just makes it a sharp corner right there. Okay, now let's say, let's put undo. You enter. Let's go back to fillet, modify, fillet. Now what's the shortcut for that? It's FEnter. FEnter is the same thing as modify fillet. Okay, FEnter. So let's say you already know that you want to highlight these two lines, right? Instead of doing one by one, right click and then the other one, then you can FEnter. You can highlight, oops, wait, I'm sorry, no, in this case, yeah, you have to highlight each one by one, but let's put FEnter for fillet, enter. Now let's say, before you click on it, let's say that you don't want this one to be like a sharp corner. Let's say you want this to be like a little radius, or a radius in this two, when these two connect, you want this to be like a radius right there. And then before you click on it, you put R for radius. See, right here gives you all the stuff you can do, but in this case we're gonna choose R for radius, or you just can bring your mouse and touch that radius. But like I said, it's easier if you put R, enter, and then specify the radius. Like right now it's at 0. That's why it gives you a sharp corner. But let's say you want that radius to be that corner to be kind of radius, then let's put whatever number there. Let's just put 1, enter, and then click on the two lines, and you see how it just made a smooth connection in those two. Let's do it again. F for fillet, enter. Let's do it again. R for radius. Now let's choose a bigger number. Let's put 5. And let's click on the lines, and it just makes it bigger, right? That's your fillet command, and it works. It works for anything. So let's just draw whatever line. Don't make it horizontal, vertical. Just draw it as an angle. It doesn't matter what angle it is. So let's say you want to connect this one with this one. So you kind of want to make kind of a like a U shape here or something like that. So go to fillet, and since you already have your radius set up at 5, because that was the last thing I did, then you click on this one and this one, and just makes it cuts everything, and just makes your life easier without you having to trim and then draw a notch right here and trying to figure out the tangent point and none of those stuff. It just makes it easier and faster, your fillet command. Alright, so that is your fillet command. So I think this is gonna help you out a lot. So make sure you keep on practicing all the commands that I taught you already, and just mess with it, just play with it, and draw whatever you want. At this time I'm not giving you any dimensions or anything. It's just so you can get used to the commands and the tools that AutoCAD has, just for very beginner lesson. So yeah, thank you for joining in today, and this is Omar Serna again with FID by Omar, and we'll see you on the next tutorial. Leave me your comments or any questions that you might have. Thank you. We'll see you. Bye.